massive. I got my. I got my. I got my. Fuck off.
All right then, we are back with Progress, another artist interview.
Europe.
This time we've got Wilf Merson on the call.
Hello.
Hello. He is by far one of my favourite up-and-coming artists at the moment. And we're going to ask a few questions to do with it. Himself, his music, and what he's been up to lately, and what his plans for the future are, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, the obligatory question, how are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, I'm good. It's jokes being on Zoom and it's not a lesson, isn't it? At the minute,
exactly.
Every time I'm on Zoom, it's a fucking lesson from school, and I'm like, "Oh, is my microphone muted?" Oh, but yeah, it's cool. It's nice.
Yeah, it's a shame we can't do this 1-to-1 like in person,
exactly.
but it is what it is.
Ideally, I keep forgetting there's this other angle. Hello, other angle.
I kind of forgot to press record on the Zoom call, so we're stuck with the second angle camera for now, and then about 10 minutes in, we'll have it back to normal. So yeah, apologies, but enjoy.
Yeah,
We'll see how much I use these if at all.
Yeah, snaps to the side.
But yeah, man, let's talk about Wealth is in the Honesty.
Cheers.
That's the first album that I heard from you.
Sick.
First discovered you.
Shout out Hal Hayward.
Indeed.
Until I die.
Are you
making some of the best beats in London? No cap.
Are you two really close outside of music as well?
Really close. I was like my best friend. Half of that album was made in this room, like literally.
Right.
He was just sitting there
on
my old bed, just making beats, and I was just sitting here. Like that was how the whole album was made, basically in this room. Like 80% of it was made in this room. Honestly.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So you go way back then, I'm guessing.
Not even way back. I've only known him for like I changed school to go to a different sixth form, so I've known him for like a year and a half. But I like bumped into him a couple of times before, which is quite jokes. But no, I've known him for like a year and a half, but ever since we met, we were just like, best mates, basically. Always making... And then he heard me rap, and he's like, oh, you can rap. And I had his beats. I'm like, oh, you make beats. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then like a year later, there was an album, basically.
So when did you start then all your musical adventures?
I guess I started like... I've been writing lyrics for like 5 years, I want to say. So since I was like 13. And like I've been writing poetry for around like 5 years as well. So it's kind of interchangeable, like whatever you want to call it, really. I first started recording things. Like I want to say 3 years ago. What year am I in? You're 13, you're 10. Maybe like 3.5 years ago. And yeah, it was really shit and it was terrible. And I put way too much out way too fast. And now they're nowhere to be found, which is actually a lie. You can just find them on my Bandcamp, but then you got to pay money to see my shitty music. So yeah, so it took me like 3 years to start recording. I started making beats like just over 2 years ago. So yeah.
How did you get into production? Was it just kind of natural?
Yeah, man, I was just rapping all the time on loads of people's beats, like type beats and shit as well, like fucking bare people. And then I was using all these type beats, and I became friends with one of my favorite like YouTube like type beat producers, which is quite jokes, who is now a good friend of mine to this day, Sonny Mac. Shout out Sonny Mac.
All right.
And then
nice.
Sonny Mac got me involved in this, or Harry got me involved in this like collective of like musicians called Flatback Future, which I'm still in, and that's all still a thing. And basically being in that group made me just think like, fucking hell, these guys are so sick at making beats. I'm always asking them for beats. Aaron's always mixing my stuff, like this, that. I just wanted to do it. I knew I always wanted to mix my stuff better, because before it was all GarageBand. But then basically 2 years ago I got FL, and then I just got addicted to making beats. With like, and I had a couple friends in real life that made beats as well. Like Daniel Monks is a fucking incredible producer who I've known since like year 9. Like, yeah. And
Sick.
they've helped me out. Like basically, just having musical friends has really helped me out. Having a bunch of creative friends like for most of my life has really helped me out.
So that's where FPF comes from, because I've seen that about,
Yeah, that's.
but I couldn't really find much information on it. But
It's funny because it's like a collective, right? It's a music collective, but at the same time, like it's kind of just deteriorated into just a group chat of friends. So like we're not really like there's a FPF account, but nothing ever like we haven't posted on it in like a year. Like we don't really do group shit much. We collaborate within the group, but like yeah, I mean, if you don't know about it, most people don't know about it. Most people have no idea if they've heard my music, anything by FPF. But yeah, but back in the day, it was definitely not like that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I mean, I learned so much from FPF, and like they helped me out so much, and they continue to help me out so much. Like Aaron mixed my last self-produced album. He's probably gonna mix my next self-produced album, which comes soon. Yeah, I mean, I've got projects with Aaron. I've got projects with Harry. I've got projects with Kip. So
non-stop. Your work rate is just unbelievable. I don't even know how you have time for like so much output. But
the funny thing
do.
It's like with the work output, or with the work, like with putting shit out, it's like I just have a backlog of shit. Like I've got, it's got a backlog of loads of music. Like me and Jay's thing that we dropped literally yesterday or whatever was like we finished making that in September. Like the EP that I released with Harry, Sonny Mac, we had been working on the EP for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like mad. I mean, as I'm speaking right now, I've got like 1.5 albums completed, and like multiple EPs that I'm not sure if are gonna come out. Oh, and another EP which is like halfway done. It's like it's just it keeps going, and then it's just chaos getting everything together.
Do you spend like most of your time making beats and rapping in your days? Is that kind of what you do? Or?
To be honest, I used to like make 1 billion beats per second, like all the time. Just make tons of beats. Like back in my first year of making beats, I probably averaged like 5 beats a day, like 4 beats a day, and they were all whack. They were all terrible. They all sound like shit. But yeah, like nowadays, I guess it's like, I don't know. I go through like spouts of like making loads of shit. So I'll have like a week where I don't make anything, and then in like 3 days I'll make like 8 beats, and then I'll have like another week of like nothing. Maybe like basically I'm still making beats a lot of the time. Like, I'm still probably averaging like 10 beats a week or some shit. I don't fucking know. Like, and then I just write on whatever I want to write on, and then everything else I just think about where to put it. Like, are these ones I'm going to sell? Are these ones I'm going to ship off? Are these ones I'm just never going to see in my life again? Like,
so I really want to talk about one of your songs, Risk.
Oi, cold. Yeah.
Listen, when I first heard that beat, I was walking home from uni, and I was like, what the hell am I listening to? This is insane.
Safe. Thank you.
Yeah, it just caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting like a baile funk beat over a lo-fi.
I don't even know what's going on that beat. No, I made those tracks at like basically I made those tracks at the beginning of lockdown, like as soon as it hit in London, in that March area. That's where I started a lot of shit. Like I've actually had a pretty productive lockdown when it comes to music, which is a shit show because it means I have so much music. And it's fun for people who like my music, but it's so peak for me because I've just got so much shit I want to get out there, and by the time I get it out, it's like, oh, but that's old. Like, whatever. Yeah, Risk. Yeah. I don't know how I made that beat. What's it gonna sound like? See what I mean? This shit's so old. Like, oh yeah, okay. Basically, I don't know. I was probably listening to loads of Ayrton, and then I just did a really I think I remember it was the sample shop first. It's usually sample shop first, and then at that point in time, I was just like, I'm gonna put every percussive element on this beat that I could possibly put on this beat, and I was like. So.
What kind of music do you normally listen to? Because there are I can hear loads of inspirations in like your whole discography. So
yeah,
what are you into?
I mean, I'm into a lot of shit. At the minute, I'm listening to a lot of like UK jazz, and
Okay.
as well as like well, the thing is, I'm always listening to rap music, and I'm always listening to like the underground rap music, like the scene, like my friends, the acquaintances, like shit going on. So in terms of that field, like I don't know what am I listening to in a minute. Obviously, there's obviously loads of Mike. Mike is just constant. Fucking Ade Hakim is just constant.
Mhm.
Jadesy just constant. In terms of people I like know, like Dom Tavlor. I listen to a lot of Dom Tavlor. Shit. I don't know. But in terms of like other stuff outside of the scene, it's a lot of UK jazz. I've been listening to loads of Yusuf Days recently. Um, I've been listening to some Steps Ahead, which isn't UK but it's still jazz. I've been listening to a lot of Jaco Pastorius, whatever the fuck his name is, the bassist, who's just incredible. Shit's
Right.
great. Yeah, a lot of Pink Floyd posters that you can't see, but whatever. It's really mixed. It goes everywhere. And
Very
then
cool.
there's like I don't know. It's because like my dad is very into classical music and
Mhm.
stuff like that, and also jazz. And then I'm like the youngest in my family, and I have three older siblings. So but I'm like youngest by like a significant margin. So when I was like 6, 7, they were all like 12 and above, and
Mhm.
they all had these other musics that, and I had this like old family like MP3 player with all the shit on it. So it was just like Kanye West and then like S Club 7 and it was just crazy, bro. Just like the weirdest mix of music and like yeah, I think probably having so much weird little pockets of music for in my house probably ended up by I'm listening to a lot of weird music and different music. And also I forgot to mention, but I just listened to loads of garage recently as well.
Right.
So
So,
yeah.
so before all this COVID lockdown stuff, did you used to go to events and that sort of things, or were
Well,
you kind of
yeah,
always in the bedroom?
I was big into events and I love live music. But I'm only recently an adult, right?
Mm.
So I've only been so basically I was just like 17 years old trying to go to every single live show I possibly could go to, and I just couldn't, right? And then I was like, as soon as I turn 18, I'm gonna go to all these live shows. Like I'm not gonna get fucking rejected at the thing because I don't have ID or yada 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 anything. I'm just gonna go to all the live shows. I'm gonna spend all my money on live shows, and that was gonna be the plan. And then
Uh-huh.
Corona happened, and then not only are all the live shows I want to go to cut, but all the live shows I want to do cut,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
actually had live shows for like the first
really.
time. Like I had like 2 live shows lined up in different areas of the country, and I was gonna be so gassed. I was gonna be so gassed because they're so fun. But,
Yeah. Well, you did your bedroom
yeah, I
live
did the
show.
bedroom live
That
show.
was sick.
I don't even have the SP anymore. This is how much Aaron Owa Music is a great guy. Yeah, he gave me that SP for
Mm.
like an extended period of time, like months, like 3 months, and I just gave it back to him the other day, and I didn't even use it much. But yeah, Hal used it a lot.
So, are we going to be expecting more shows from you once all this is done? Because
I
that would be
mean,
great.
if people want to book me, like I would love to do live shows. If people want to
Yeah,
book me, if anyone got spare set time, I'm involved.
yeah,
I'm so involved. Yeah,
for sure, for
I
sure.
love doing live. I've done like one live show, one like proper live show. It wasn't even proper. It's just like a little thing, and it's just
Mm.
so much fun.
Hmm.
So much fun.
Yeah.
All I need is an orcs, guys. Come on, come on.
You work yourself.
Let's see the orcs.
Yeah.
You
So
can
you're
put, you
based
can give
in,
me a DJ if you want, but I just want orcs in reality.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you're based in London, right?
yeah, man. Southwest.
Um, how would you say that might have influenced your music taste? Because obviously you mentioned you listen to grime and a lot of UK underground stuff, but
Yeah.
your tastes aren't limited to the London or UK even. So,
I mean, well, I guess if you're in London, it's like I don't know, like just because I live in London and all of my siblings have also grown up in London. So, but my parents didn't. It's kind of like two merging situations, right? And like so, yeah, definitely grime. Like UK's definitely influenced my shit so much. Like grime and garage, let alone like fucking like UK jazz or anything has definitely influenced it. And London, especially. I think a lot of my music or a lot of my lyrics end up sounding very like I just automatically end up rapping about the city, or like if I want to be in the city, or if I'm in the city too much, or if I'm trying to leave or whatever. So like it's just like kind of a home base, like touch base really, because I've been here my whole life. So obviously it's going to have impacts on what I'm listening to and everything. So in terms of like, I mean, I was basically on all of the UK shit when it was starting in London. Like anything in London, I used to be so tapped into the London scene that I would just be on it like immediately. Like, yeah. And it's because I used to be listening to so much music. Like, well, I still am, but I used to be listening to loads of music. Like because I'd have to get a train to school every day. I'd be listening to music on the train, listening to music when I get home, doing fucking homework, listening to music. Stop doing homework because I don't want to do any more homework. Make some music. Like, yeah.
So, off of that, SoundCloud or Spotify, which do you prefer?
Oh, they're both pieces of shit, man. They're both pieces of shit. Fuck SoundCloud especially though, because SoundCloud don't even pay most of the people that are on it.
True.
I mean, I'm on SoundCloud and I've fucking built up somewhat of like a group of people who like what I make, mainly off SoundCloud. But fuck SoundCloud. Like they're a terrible platform. They don't work well. They compress audio terribly. Fuck SoundCloud. Fuck Spotify. They pay the least out of all the streamings. It's not a move. Just if you respect your artist, buy their music.
Yeah.
It's only like what, a couple pounds. Like you're not gonna stream this guy's album 10,000 times, bro. Like it's not gonna add up. I promise. Just give him £3. Like
Yeah.
yeah. So
you're big
I'd say Bandcamp. Yeah, Bandcamp is the big main thing, which is helpful. It's still not great because obviously they take a cut, but obviously they're a business. They got to take a cut. They got servers. They're providing high quality audio. That's why they take a cut. It's not like SoundCloud take all of your money until you pay them a bit, and then they can pay you like 60% of your money or some shit. What's that about? Bandcamp's completely free. You put your music up there on lossless files, no compression. Like they can download whatever format they want for like £1, £2, whatever. Name your price. You can connect it to charities. They only take 15%. It's just a logical way if you're a independent artist is to fuck with things like Bandcamp, or even better, have your own store and don't even worry about the 15%. Just sell that straight off your website.
True.
Yeah.
So what do you use to kind of discover music?
See, here's the thing. The
Exactly.
hypocrisy. Here's the hypocrisy. Yeah?
I was thinking,
fuck SoundCloud. Fuck Spotify. But all I listen to music on is actually that's not true. I listen to music on Spotify, SoundCloud, and Bandcamp. But obviously there's room for things like Spotify. Like I'm not gonna listen to like you can't buy Yusuf Day's album on Bandcamp. You probably can actually, but like you can't buy like I can't buy a Ahmad Jamal album on Bandcamp. Like there's certain things that you can't listen to on Bandcamp. Like they're just not there. Like so obviously Spotify has its place and it's a great platform to get music out. And I'm still using Spotify because it's a huge platform. And I like how Spotify looks. I like how it runs. I like how it's personalizable to a degree. Like it's not that they're a devilish company. It's just that they take too much of a cut and the whole streaming thing is fucked in general because streaming makes people puts people on like a pedestal, right? Streaming makes people like seem way more successful than they are, and like they're getting way much more money than they are. And in like something like the rap game where most of the people are trying to be like, look, I've got all this money, it's just like you have a false representation of the artist. And it's just like propelled by how streaming works. Because you see like 2 billion streams, like whatever the fuck. You see like fucking 650,000 streams. You must be thinking, oh, this guy's popping or whatever. Or like this, that. It's just like playlists. Not like they've only got one song going. Like in reality, what's going to keep people is good albums and like good live shows and like an honest like relationship with who likes your music. So Spotify's like I mean I know people that have like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of monthly listeners on SoundCloud. I mean on Spotify, and like they're not doing shit compared to people that have like 250 and on spot like monthly listeners on Spotify. And that's not even because like they're less popular or anything. That's just because they're just on playlists. Like so much of this like SoundCloud fame on Spotify is just playlists. It's just people paying money to get plays. Effectively, it's silly. And no one listening to playlists cares about your music either. They're just there for a lo-fi chill hop, relax,
For a vibe. Yeah. Yeah. No, I would agree with that. It's definitely interesting to kind of identify the artists that are capitalizing on Spotify plays to kind of propel their brand almost.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the other artists, like I don't know, yourself and your mates, kind of try and build stuff from the ground up, make things organically, which is really admirable.
I just try and like I find it's the easiest way to make music is to just not pay attention to anything, that like not try and do anything, just do it. Like open up a project file. I'm not thinking I'm gonna make a banger, or I'm gonna make a sad song, I'm gonna make a happy song, I'm gonna make a fucking travel in the Antarctic desert song. Like there's nothing there. It's just like, oh, this is the sample, that sounds cool, I'm gonna chop that. Oh, I don't like that, I'm gonna pitch it down and chop it again and reverse it and then put delay on it. And then, oh, I still don't like that, oh, I'll bin it. And I'll do it again. And it's just a loop. It's just like, how much can you do to a sample until you're interested in it?
Right.
More than you were before. And if you do, you can do too much, then it's boring. And then it's scrap. It's just like it's like Tony Hawk Pro Skater when you're on the grind and it's got like that little like balance meter. You got to be in the green, and sometimes you can overcook it and you're going to fall. It's just pee.
Are you big into gaming?
Am I big into gaming? Yeah, man. I mean, I used to be a lot. I used to play loads of games.
Yeah.
I used to play loads of games, loads and loads of Counter-Strike. Lots of like TF2 and all the Steam games mainly, and like, yeah, I still play quite a bit of Skate 3. Skate 3's fun. I still play Counter-Strike sometimes, but I'm really like, that game is bad for you, man. Counter-Strike will make you sad, like straight up. Counter-Strike will actually ruin your day, but it's so addictive. It's like a cigarette. It's literally bad for you, but you just want another one. If you're addicted to cigarettes, like if you play enough Counter-Strike to the point where you're addicted to Counter-Strike, then it's definitely bad for you. So that's something I would have told my 14-year-old self.
Well, yeah, it's working out for you at the moment, isn't it? You're in a decent position, growing.
Yeah, that's not from the Counter-Strike though.
It's not CS though. Okay.
It's not CS, yeah, word.
So we talked briefly about skating before we started.
Yeah.
Is that something you're really big into?
I mean, okay, this is the thing.
Or you just kind of do it?
I spend loads of time skateboarding, but this doesn't mean I'm any good. Like, I'm shit. And I'm I'm pretty shit. I can do like some things. I can have fun. I can do stuff, and it will like impress you if you have no idea how skateboarding works. But if you're like some skateboarder, like I can't do shit, mate. But yeah, it's just really fun. It's a really easy way of like, it's just like so creative, and it also is good for you, like your body, like your fitness level. Like it's like art disguised as fucking exercise, or like exercise disguised as art, like whichever one you look at. I put out some tweet about this. It's like for me, it's like I'm really interested in art, and therefore I'm really interested in skateboarding, and then like the side effect is exercise. And I know people that like my best mate Charlie, or like close friend, yeah, fuck it, best mate Charlie, fuck it, why not? Charlie is this guy who has always been really, really sporty all his life. Always done tons of team sports like hockey, rugby. I didn't do hockey actually, like rugby, football, all this shit. And then he started skateboarding. He was like, fuck everything else. And I think it's like, because he got attached to that exercise, to the training part of it, you know what I mean? But through that, he's found this other lens of it. And it's like, I got attracted to the art bit, to the videos, to like the feeling of it. And then by like, as a result of that, I'm not fat. Like as a result of that, I weigh way less than I should. For like how much food I eat. Like, but yeah, skateboarding's great. It's a brilliant thing, and anyone that wants to get into it, I suggest getting.
You released a physical. You've done a few physical releases.
Yeah, I've done a couple.
Oh, are you down? Would you be doing more of those in the future?
Hopefully. Like I have nothing against physicals. I think physicals are cool. Like, I like having physical copies of my shit. Like, this is my copy of the Hide from the Fallout vinyl, done by my friend Mind Blank, or Dom, also a big skater, lovely guy. So yeah, like, I think stuff like this is cool. It's just like immortalized. It's like, just in case the servers go down, mate, we still got it all here.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like vice versa, right? Yeah, I love physicals. I think physicals are really cool. I'd love to do more physicals, but physicals cost money, so like, it's rough. If I make physicals for an album, the thing is, I want to give everyone a physical. So he's probably not watching this, but I've still got a physical copy of Hide from the Fallout for the brilliant Dan here to supposedly give to him one day, even though he's in Delaware or wherever. Like, the thing is, I'd make physicals. I'd want to make enough physicals so I can give them out to people and also sell. So that's why they're always very limited, and why there were only like 5 of those tapes to buy. And that's also the only way it's like going to be vaguely profitable, because no one's like, I'm not going to sell bare tapes. So it's like clothing as well. Like, I'm down to do so much shit. Like, we have necklaces that we did for Welfare and Honesty that we've been promoting for ages, and we just haven't dropped because we're useless. But we have made tons of necklaces and jewelry for Welfare and Honesty, and it's all really sick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is that going to be dropping soon then?
It's going to be dropping soon as of 3 months ago. Like, yeah. And then we were like, oh, we're getting the Invisible Man music video out there. I was going to drop it now. But yeah, shout out Resin Appeal. Just a couple of my friends that run a jewelry making company that we were working.
So what's coming up with you in terms of music? What can we expect?
I'm
sure it's a long list.
Yeah, long list, but it's just getting weirder in reality. Like, everything I make is just getting weirder. Yeah, what's coming up? So I just dropped that album with Jay, which was all produced by me, mixed mastered by me. So go listen to that. I've got a verse on it as well.
Wait, didn't you do like a little, what was it, listening session or something?
Oh yeah, we did a listening party for that. I was up at 5 a.m. on my computer here, bugging out of my fucking soul.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was sick. Man.
Didn't manage to catch it.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite things I've done. I was just like, oh, there were actually people here, and most of them were there for Jay, but I don't care because they were there, so that's cool. I knew a couple guys that pulled through, so shout out to them guys. But yeah, it was really nice. It was just like Discord. I streamed the Fruity Loops file. My Discord literally just bleeped. That's crazy. Yeah, and then people showed up and people said what they said, and then we chilled for a bit and it was cool. Yeah, what's coming soon?
Sorry.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's so my fault. It's ridiculous. So I'm either gonna drop this self-produced album, or I'm just gonna drop this other album produced. Actually, no, it's not done yet. The next thing I'm gonna drop is the self-produced album. Probably the next main piece of project work, full-length project is gonna be my third self-produced. It's called Facilitate Art, and that's because you got to facilitate art, because art's great. And you should just maximize how much art you can do and make your friends do. And yeah, that's all produced by me, probably mixed mastered by Owen Music. That's Aaron. Just because I love how he mixes. I could do it myself, but fuck that, man. My project files are a mess. I'm letting him deal with that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, there's some features on it featuring Dom Tavlor. And my friend Afra, who's a beautiful singer. And who else is on that? Oh, I've forgotten who's on my album. Or is that it? Yeah, I think that's it, actually. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So that's the promo. That's the promo move. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to highlight?
Anything else I want to highlight?
Collab projects.
Oh, collab projects. There's always collab projects, man.
Yeah.
Oh, selling beats. I'm selling beats. So just hit my line.
Hit him up.
I've got many beats.
Many a beats.
Many a beat. Good price. Very good price, many beat. Yeah. other things. I've got a couple songs with some people. Oh yeah, I might have a collab project with Human Error coming out, produced by Human Error, who's this South African guy on SoundCloud that I don't know that well, but he seems completely pleasant and he has really nice beats.
Very good.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Any
you.
people that you want to shout out? I mean, you've already mentioned a whole lot of names.
Shout you. Shout for highlighting Birmingham as well, because Birmingham has some incredible talent. Shout out Tony
Indeed.
Montana. We got a song. I don't know when that's coming out, but we got a song.
Okay.
Shout out Dylan the Infamous. 100%.
Huge shout out.
Fucking huge shout out. Yeah, love him. He's a lovely guy as well. Like for what I've spoken to him in DMs and shit, he seems really nice. Yeah. I was gonna have a show in Birmingham, perhaps, but that didn't happen. So that's cool. Shout outs. Yeah, FPF, Howard Hayward, Kipsy, Will I Guess, Aaron, Owa Music, Sonny Mac. Shout out all the guys. Yeah, list them all off one by one. Yeah. Shout out Mind Blank, who's the guy that did my album cover for the project with Jay and a lot of my album covers. And he makes really, really nice clothes, and he does grip tapes as well. He makes skateboard racks. He makes whole load of shit, and it's all really sick. So Mind Blank with 2 C's and OK on Instagram. Wow.